Are we on this thing? We're live, trying this out. All right, you guys, I have two computers, so I'm going back and forth between the two. But anyway, I'll look here since this is where you guys are. So for anyone who's watching or does watch this in the future, I wanted to sign on this lovely Friday and talk about a little bit about what we've been making videos about, you know, what you've seen, and, you know, just kind of go through all of that. And it's fun to do a live stream because I haven't done a live stream yet. So I wanted to do one today. These things have just been crazy. And, you know, in talking about the Mandela effect, there's lots to, there's really a lot to say here. And first of all, you know, everybody, like, you know, you see all these people online kind of wondering, like, what causes it, you know, where did it come from, you know, what is the reason for it? And, you know, I wonder that, as you see my videos, as do a lot of people online wonder about it. And what it comes down to, I think, and this is what I've said in my videos, but I don't know for sure. There's all sorts of potential reasons that the Mandela effect might happen, but what I think it is false memories. It's false memories. Now, I think there are other things it could potentially mean. And false memories can mean a lot of different things. Like, you know, a lot of people have said in the comments, it's not false memories because you are misremembering things when you have a false memory. Oh, people are signing in. Hi, Miles, Crack Warrior, Irvin Barron, Blazing Bird. How are you guys doing? Here, I'll say what's up. What's going on? All right. What's going on? Anyway, what I was saying, I think that it's false memories. Now, false memories there's a lot of things that false memories can mean. It doesn't, like, mean that we're all, like, stupid and misremembering things. False memories, if you do a Google search of false memories, there literally is something that's been talked about for years, for decades, by psychologists and by experts. And the fact of the matter is our memory is very flawed, and it's much more flawed than we think, which is ironic. It's about thinking. And the memory tends to, when we aren't remembering things or it's cloudy, kind of fill in gaps, and even memories can kind of mesh together and form different, you know, form new memories. And what we have to keep in mind is we didn't know before we had internet. Hey guys, what's up? Before we had internet, I'm looking on two computers and the chat's over here, so maybe I can move this here. It'd be easier. Yeah, there we go. That's much easier. The thing you got to keep in mind and you got to remember is, like, before we had internet and technology, we didn't know what we couldn't track memories because we couldn't communicate with each other that fast. So people would just say, you know, whatever people remembered, that's what we thought to be true. But with advancing technology, that's changed things and how we communicate online and on phones, and we're realizing more than we ever thought how flawed our memory really is. And so I think we need to, while I'm open to all of this and I want to hear what you guys think as well, like, I think we need to, you know, kind of come to grips that our memories might not be as good as we once thought. That's what I would say. And I think the Mandela effect is every day revealing that more and more to us. You know, how bad the memory really can be. But that doesn't mean, we still don't know the reason behind that, though. Like, why, you know, memory, like, why it's there, what causes it. Like, we still don't know the whole reasoning. And that can be anything. So this false memory thing doesn't, like, it's a good immediate reason for why it could be happening, but there's so much more about what that means as well. And, like, well, what could cause our memories to be bad, or are they as bad as we thought? So this goes, you know, the rabbit hole gets pretty deep as far as that goes, is what I'll say. So we got more people. It's actually crazy. Too many of us to be misremembering. It's God being a goofball. It's pretty funny. If you guys have any questions or any thoughts as well, feel free to chime in. I've just been crazy busy and haven't been able to do a video this week, but I try to get them all that I can. I'm going to try some different topics too, so everything's not just Mandela Effect. I want to have some variation here. As you've probably seen, my buddy Kira and I also post a podcast. I post a podcast here. I try to once every week or two. We're recording one tomorrow, which I'll probably post early to mid next week. And so I'm keeping some variation too to the channel, because I can only do Mandela Effect for so long, even though it's so interesting and I love you guys and I love talking about it. We got to keep more and more topics coming in. So let's see, Blazin, when did you first notice the Mandela Effect? I noticed it. I was late, actually, later than most. Summer 2016, August 2016. I started noticing it, and I started telling people, you know, this seems different. And then I Googled it and looked online and saw that, you know, I wasn't alone. There's lots of people. And so I actually wrote a column on my Medium blog. If you Google my name, or I can give you the link to my Medium blog, September 2016, I wrote kind of one of the earlier columns about Medium. It's pretty high in Google search results. If you Google it, I share a lot of info just about some early Mandela effects. So it was summer in the fall 2016, and I went right away and wrote that column. So it was fun. Let's see. Come on, Febreze. It's God being a good. Oh, that's funny. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. You know, and that's positive. You know, it's might be just God being a goofball. Anything's possible with that. Like, again, I say false memories, but there's other things it can be. There's quantum. A lot of people think like it could relate to quantum scientists and you know, reality changing, things being erased. There's all sorts of theories with that. You know, there's, gosh, what else have I heard? The parallel universes. I've heard this thing about CERN, you know, and so on and so forth. So there's lots of different theories. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? Evil Co. So we all have the exact same false memories. Oh, it disappeared. Okay. What side of USA do you live in? I'm northern. I live in California, West Coast, Los Angeles. Let's see. What else do I believe about it? You know, and I think that there's new ones coming about all the time. You know, there's those early ones, which were like the Forrest Gump, and, you know, a lot of the brand ones were early on. Most of them I can see. There's actually a few that I don't think are. Later, Blazin. Some of the early ones that I don't think are necessarily, you know, Mandela effects is the Jaws one about you're going to need a bigger boat. And it's your when he talks about you're going to be a nigger, or you're going to need a bigger boat. Like, I think that one is one that's always been how I remember it, because he says you're going to need a bigger. He says you're going to need a bigger boat, and people thought, what did they think that it was? We're going to need a bigger boat. I always remember it as you're going to need a bigger boat, and so there was confusion about that. Tracy Klings, do you still think that people are just remembering? I do, but that can still mean so much. I don't think that the misremembering solves anything one way or the other. Like, misremembering, we still don't know what's causing us to misremember. You know, movies and songs are digitally easy to change, but Bibles and people's homes are something different. It's strange, Blazin. Like, I do not disagree. Like, I think that it's very, very strange. And the Berenstein Bears ones, like, I told my mom, about that. And she's like, no, it's always been the Berenstain Bears. And she went and looked at the books, and she's like, no, it's changed. It's changed. So like, that is crazy. Like, how does it literally change like that? False memory seems like the logical, but Blazin, like, really? I don't know that that's what it is. I'm just speculating. I'm going to keep speculating more and more because it is freaking strange. Like, I'm totally with you on that. So let's figure it out together. We can all figure it out together. Hello, Idaho. Hello, Idaho. How are you? Thank you guys for watching my videos too. You guys are all so great, and you know, it's so cool to meet people who are active, and feel free to comment, and I'll always try to respond. I haven't on the recent video as much, but I try to. Vanilla Butcher, hello. Hi, guys. Does anybody know any newer ones that you haven't even heard of yet? Like what? There have been really recent ones. Let me see if, here's a recent one that people were talking about. Maybe I'll put this in the video. Hitchcock's The Birds. Do you remember that being in black and white or in color? The movie The Birds. Was it in black and white or was it in color? The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock. Well, it was always apparently in color. But a lot of people remember that movie being in black and white, and it's not. So there's a newer one. It was always filmed in color. Well, if you go look it up, it was made in color, but people are like, no, I remember black and white, The Birds. That's crazy. So there's one. I mean, that seems to be a newer one. There's these things that like lines changing. They have different forms. You have brands. You have, you know, lines changing in movies. You have that. But then you also have like historical events that suddenly appeared. There was this crazy one that I saw online. Let me see if I can find it that regarded historical events. Oh, there was one that talked about a newspaper that detailed the Pearl Harbor attack, that it could potentially happen before it happened. Now, I would think that if a newspaper, it was talking about, I have the photo here, it was talking about like potential attacks, and one of them, like one of the potential attacks outlined Pearl Harbor, like in pretty great detail. And you would think that we would talk about that more if it was like predicted like that before it even happened. But this newspaper surfaced of that happening. So that was a strange one that you know, kind of predicted something. And like things just coming out of history, you know, people are surprised about. Okay, yeah, black and white. Yeah, definitely not. That it's a strange one. I agree. We are not misremembering. We might not be misremembering. Hi, Faith, Hope, Love. Thanks for watching. Blazing Bird. Not all of us. Yes, a baby shouldn't have a problem with God. Maybe he's a goofball to show love. Maybe. And Faith, Hope, Love, like you might be right. Tracy, you may be right. I've seen you guys on comments and stuff. Thanks for signing in. Miles, it's because they had 4 air support where they should have had more to take out threats and also security. Like, how did those guys get in? Yeah, that's interesting. Lily Collins, British accent, disappeared, and now she speaks plain English. That's interesting. Hi, Johan. Hi, Miles. An accent changed. That's a new type of one that I hadn't really heard about. We are not all coincidentally misremembering. We are in simulation. We are Truman, Burbank, and Westworld. The moon can be refocused if you're lucky enough to catch them to do it. You know, like, there's a lot of people that strongly believe in the simulation theory, and I don't doubt that the simulation is very, very interesting. I was raised Christian Presbyterian. As far as the simulation goes, there can also be crossover in simulation in religion as well. You know, I'm very open-minded about things in the world. It's just I operate, and I find that the simulation theory, who said it? Evil Co. The simulation theory is very strong. You know, Elon Musk. Did you guys see that Elon Musk clip where he said that it's like billions? I think it's like 5 or 6 billion to 1. That, you know, it's the chances are 1 in 5 in billions that we're not in a simulation. Basically, what he said. So that Elon Musk thinks we're in a simulation. Scott Adams thinks we're in a simulation. There's a lot of very, very smart people that do lean towards that now. Which, what does that even mean? We don't know. Is it like an advanced species that created us? Does simulation mean computers? There's so many different things that a simulation could mean that we don't know as well. Hi, Urban Baron. How are you? Blazin. Think of 3D printing and wireless tech. What do you think of the possibility of technology that they have not released to us yet? That's possible too. There's just things that we haven't like discovered yet as far as technology and where we're getting and where we're going. You know, that's very, very interesting that we just don't know. We haven't seen yet what's coming, what's going to be advanced. Some people remember, the McDonald's one. That's one that doesn't work for me. It's like you're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger boat. Like, I always remember McDonald's with an MC, but a lot of people remember MAC, McDonald's. What do you guys remember, McDonald's or McDonald's? Because that's an interesting one. Let's see if I can find some other ones that you might not have heard of here in a second, but let me get through these questions. Where's the problem with simulation theory? God is a machine and you've been thrown into a life in the machine. Simulation theory is very possible, and simulation theory can mean so many different things, you know? Like, it really can mean, I mean, so many different things. Let me see what else we got here. Let me see. We have, blurry for a second there. There we go. Bro, that's actually true. Yes, Miles. Which thing's actually true, Miles? To me, it's dimensions bumping into each other. We are becoming higher on our mind frequency, so of course our dimensions will collide. That's a big one that people talk about. It definitely is. Okay, we have 2 for McDonald's. Blazing McDonald's, Irvin McDonald's, Evil remembers McDonald's. Yeah, there's definitely significant debate about that one. Did you guys see the Beckinsdale one? Kate Beckinsdale video? You guys, Kate Beckinsdale. It was always Kate Beckinsdale for me. And I'm very uncommon in that one because more people remember Sale, but there were some Beckinsdale people. Also, like, it's not like it's all the letter D that's added for the people that, you know, remember it that way. Like, it's not like it's some other letter. So everybody's mutual in what the memories are, which people have brought up to me in chat and such. Like, we all have the same. If we're misremembering, why is it all the same memories? And I think that's a great question. And that's something that, you know, it could be that we're all seeing something that happens, like a repeat of something with a D, and that like spreads to form the mismemory, or there could be something else going on. You know, like Jim Carrey saying a line in a movie and we all remember the Jim Carrey version instead of the real version. Like, that speaks to the misremembering thing, but I'm not saying that's for sure because I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, Moonraker's a weird one. What about there was one that said, oh, did you guys hear this one around Steve Jobs? Did you hear about this? People remember Steve Jobs being the first one to say that good artists copy, great artists steal. They think that Steve Jobs said that, and apparently he wasn't. There were a lot of people that said that before him, but everybody's like, I remember Steve Jobs. That was a Steve Jobs quote. Like, I remember him saying that. And he was quoting like Picasso and other things, and other people want to give Steve Jobs credit for that one. Oh, the kiss from a rose, kiss by a rose. The seal one is a big one for me. Like kiss by a rose on the grave, kiss from a rose by the grave. Like that definitely is a top one for me. As is the Kate Beckinsale. It also varies person to person. Do you notice that? Tracy says, I'm not sure what is causing it, but feels evil to me, especially with the Bible changing. I mean, it could be, it could not be. Nobody knows for sure. If anybody's in the room, feel free to say hi. I want to meet you guys and see who all's around here. Just so don't be shy if you have questions and such. Joe Lattice, you should listen to Cypress Hill and think about things. That's when synchronicity kicked in. Another wonder. Yeah, that's interesting. And think about things. That's when Cypress Hill. Okay, Blazing, Tuesday, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Thank you, Tracy. Not ignoring you, just working and driving. Well, thanks, love. I mean, that could very well be what's happening, you guys. It is hard to say for sure. Let's see some other ones that I found. The Raisin Brand sunglasses one was always big for me. What about the Steve Bartman catch? Did you guys hear about that one? This guy at the Cubs playoff game in 2003, a foul ball went towards the stands, and they remember this guy Steve Bartman with a Cubs hat and headphones on catching a ball. And the thing is, people remember him actually catching the ball and taking it away from, I think the outfielder was Moises Alou. They remember him catching the ball, and apparently he didn't catch the ball. If you go back and you look at it and you look at the history of it, Steve Bartman did not catch the ball in the Cubs playoff game. People are like, I swear I remember him catching the ball. So that's a newer one too that some people are talking about. I don't know if you remember about the Steve Bartman one. What else do we have? Quite possible that NASA caused this effect by exploring the solar system and affected our current timeline by affecting the past or future timeline. Causes from the solar system. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. That's a new person here. Blazenbird. Common things I've noticed amongst the ones who notice the Mandela effect appear to be spiritual people in nature, and many. Let me see here. Okay. Common things I've noticed among the ones who notice the Mandela effect appear to be spiritual people in nature, and many have a ringing in their ears. That's interesting. Huh. Blazin, I have a question. So do from your experience, are most people experiencing it or not experiencing it? Like, what percentage of the population do you think is noticing all these? Like, how many, what do you think the percentage is? I'd be curious about that. Dr. Zelon, the open ceremony for the LHC was totally dark, like there was some stuff. That's interesting. Wait, for the LHC. What is that? I don't know what the LHC. The Lion and the Lamb, not the Wolf. Yeah, that's a big one, Tracy. Blazing Bad. Indeed, it was Dr. Which one is Dr.? Elvin, I have a Curious George, or Irvin, I have a Curious George stuffed monkey from when I was a kid. It had a tail. Yeah, it's interesting. Let me see. Shane. There. Hey, little pigs, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. Yeah, the Three Little Pigs is a weird one, Shane, for sure. Or maybe 10%. Really? Maybe 10%. What do the other 90% say when you guys tell them? Because the other 90%, when I tell them, when I talk to friends, they do think, they do notice these things. They just don't care much. So some people notice, but they don't care it doesn't freak them out as much, you know? So while how many don't notice at all? I would think most people, if you ask them, most people at least remember one or two now, right? I mean, there's so many. I think you have to be older to see the McDonald's one. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe. Because I remember MC. Oh, the Large Hadron Collider. Yeah, I've heard about that. Dr. Zillman from CERN. Yeah, that's a possibility. City of Angels is a big one for a lot of people, in my opinion. There's good residue of the lead singer singing it that way twice live. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Shane, the Last Supper glass goblets did not exist now. Now it does. Tone in ear is a sign or signal from when the shift is about to occur. Oh, quantum entanglement. That's interesting, huh? The ringing in the ears. I had not heard that. That's very interesting. You have so many hands from those. Yeah, see, that's so rude. The people would say that. Like, there's so many people remembering, and that if people just say to you, like, there's you know, when you tell them you're remembering this, if they're like, you have too much time in your hands, like, that's not very nice of them. Like, because we, like, I know you, all you guys, like, remember these things, and it's shocking that people don't, you know, that you know, they should at least, they should be respectful and such. I agree, Blazin. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We are the champions till the end. That's funny, Joe. My ears are constantly ringing. Outer space does not exist. It was created for your enjoyment. It's possible. Hi, Johan. Look up Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show. Everyone in the comments are talking about Lily's accent change, but I must be going crazy. And it's Lily who? I'm going to check this out. This accent changing that Johan's talking about is interesting. Thomas, now forefathers is gone from Abraham Lincoln to his address. He delivered the speech during the American Civil War. Our forefathers? What? Our forefathers. It's forefathers Gettysburg. I'm going to have to look into that more. You're saying the beginning of it changed? Tinnitus. How long? Last couple of years. We had the ringing. Well, Ocasio-Cortez just changes her voice, right? I think her voice just, like, she changes her accent, but that's on purpose, isn't it? For me, since 2012 or so, off and on before that, the ringing, yeah, the ringing's very interesting what's happening with that. All right, guys. So anyway, there's a lot of different things that could be causing it. The most likely seems to be misremembering, but again, it could be anything. It could be anything. You know, I think there's something weird with the quantum theory and actually the past and things being erased and something with our memory there. So I don't doubt that there could be more to it in that regard. Okay, what else? Should accent change? Yes, first line. Okay, what to do in the 4/5 in the clip? Okay, I'll watch that clip. That's really interesting. Now and again, get a tone of different frequencies and pitches, and when it does occur, something new always happens. I got my ears shook recently, and I have to. Yeah, that's. I mean, the ringing in the ears I had not heard about. Anyway, you guys, I wanted to spend 30 minutes and chat with you guys. I really was only going to keep it to 15, but I wanted to chat with you guys, see that I'm, you know, get to know you a little bit. You know, if you have any questions, let me know. Post it on the wall. We'll be doing some more live chats like in the future because I want to continue to talk about this, and I wanted you guys to know that I'm open to what everybody has to say about it. I'm also going to be posting our podcast. Kira and I do a podcast once every week or two, which I'll post, and I'm going to try to vary the topics, have some other topics happening too on my channel. But I wanted to get a live one going and wanted to chat with you guys. So thank you for checking it out. Let's see, any last comments here? Quantum entanglement proves simulation. Yes, yeah, I agree, Evoco. I think that the quantum in the simulation theory is definitely very strong. It is definitely very strong. Then it stopped and returned around 22. I'm going to share a video, I think maybe Monday. I'm going to do a newer Mandela effect that relates to like stuff happening right now that I think you guys will find interesting. So look for that early to mid next week. People remember forefathers, but now it's only fathers. That is weird. I'm gonna check that out. Reading this is 2014. Again, do you watch Apocalypse Vehicle? I do not. I'm gonna check the Lily Collins thing too. That's interesting. Thanks for having a place we can chat about this. Most in my circle. Yeah, anytime. Do you guys want me to do more live chats? Like, did you like coming in here for 30 minutes today? Like, I'm happy to do more if you like this. You know, it's a good place for you guys to chat with me, and you know, I like the open honestness. And sorry if a lot of people didn't like that I said misremembered, and I was just saying it's the most likely. I'm open to all thoughts. Oh, great! Look at the yeses. Wow. Your name is Lily Collins, the daughter of Phil Collins. Okay, thanks, Johan. And birds are waking up in the middle of the night now with chirping. That's interesting, Thomas. Huh. You're welcome, Blazin. I'm glad you guys like this. Okay, yes. Thanks, thank you guys. This is great. We'll do it more. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and tell your friends and anybody who's interested in Mandela. Feel free to sign in here in the future ones, and they can chat and we can do it more. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thomas, Johan, Blazin, Irvin, Quantum Entanglement, Evil Co, Joe Landis, Darlene, Shane, and Evil Co. Have I heard about compressed air technology? No, I will look into it though. And we will talk more on the next one. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Please subscribe, and more soon. Enjoy your weekend. Later.